the next 24 hours?
Well, very quick turnaround, as quick as you can get it with one of them being on the road. You know, sometimes if they're home and home, but you figure traveling there. But they had to do it too. You know, they're traveling from Wichita. They played back-to-back. Got to refocus in a hurry. Couldn't be two more contrasting styles, so you don't get the benefit of, hey, they're kind of alike. They're very different. Luckily, you know, Tennessee Tech plays a lot like we do. She's a very good friend of mine. We talk offense all the time. So there's not going to be any secrets tomorrow. They're going to know our play calls. I'll probably figure theirs out pretty quick. But a quick turnaround. It's as much about recovery as it is being prepared. I'd rather have our kids rested and maybe a little less prepared than tired and over-prepared. So it will be a tough game. They're playing well. A win, and anytime you beat a Middle Tennessee State team and win at Wichita, you know you've got their team's attention. They've got our team's attention with film already, so we will not be overlooking anybody.
So other than the Wisconsin game, close one on that one, but you know the two ranked opponents you've played, it's been close but can't really get over the hump.
Yeah.
Then Pitt was the same way. What has been missing from those games that you kind of need to get over them?
One stop or one shot. It really does come down to that when you're looking at a one possession game. And I know it always magnifies when it's a late possession, but it could be like last night. It was the start of the third quarter that got us. It had nothing to do with the end of the game, or it was the start of the third. It's been something different every time, but learning the value of every possession. And every team clicks and figures it out at some point in time. I think we know the value of it. I think they understand it. We haven't got – and we've had some bad breaks. If you watched yesterday's game, we had 3 plays where we had the rebound corralled and we fight over it and we don't get it and it bounces right to them for a basket and then they banked in a 3. So only one time in history have I ever won a game when a team banked in a 3 on us. And it's like the kiss of death. I don't know. I think that's the key, though. Just understanding that it could be that play at the end of the third quarter when we don't get that rebound, and you come back to the bench a completely different way. So valuing every possession and trying to make one more play per game.
Chelsea scored in double figures in all games, but it seems like more recently she's even taken on that scoring burden more. How is it that you can try to continue to get her good shots and keep her numbers up while still spreading the ball around to all the scores that you have?
You saw it in the third quarter yesterday. I think, did she say she had 19 in the quarter, Jerry? And she made 3 great passes too. So it's a trust thing. You know, you get to know each other. Mal's open in the corner. She finds her for 2 of those. She finds her on the cross-court deal. It takes more than 7 games, and it takes more than some practices to do it. She's getting more and more comfortable. We're getting more of our offense in too. I'm as big a Razorback football fan as there is, and I hear that Coach Morris got 35% of their playbook in. We don't even have that much in of ours right now, and we don't need to have. We don't mean to have. It's just that's where we're at this time of the year. But I think as we continue to find ways, we posted her up a couple times. Chelsea's changed since when she got here. If anybody that sees her, like Iowa State knew her. They saw her play as a freshman. So when they saw her the other day, they were like, whoa, I need y'all's weight program, what Coach Barber's doing in the weight room and our nutritionists and stuff. So she's having to learn to play a little bit differently. She's faster. She's lighter on her feet. She's not as rugged around the rim. Some of the fouls, she shot 16 free throws. Yeah, I thought, you're going to look up one night, she's going to shoot 20 because she's going to figure out her body. But I think I like our shot distribution. I look down our shots, where they're going. I like the quality of them. We've got to make a few more of them to beat ranked teams, especially on the road. And that time's coming. There's going to be a day when it all flows together for us. But I like the fact that we got down 14 again, rally back, have a chance to tie the game with about 2 minutes to go and get a great look at it and give ourselves a chance. So there's all positives to look from that.
Iowa State's not like any other team you played all season, but is there anybody in the SEC that playing against a team like Iowa State with that height advantage kind of prepares you for?
Yeah, about the top half. The Tennessees, the Mississippi States, they play differently but similarly. There's some different tactics, but the strategies are very similar. So it certainly carries value for us. When when I saw the schedule when we took the job 2 years ago, I knew who we were playing the first year, and then I looked and I went, wait a second, we got to go to all these places in year 2. I probably wouldn't have done it, But now that you're through it and you're still fighting, I think we've gained from it. It was a good thing. I wouldn't have said that in November or before we started the season. So I think it will help us. I know we're a better basketball team than we were this time last year, and that's the gauge that we keep going by.
You said at the very beginning that it's a different style, Tennessee Tech and Iowa State, completely. So what's been the differences in practices that you've, to prepare for each of them, and then how are you going to see those systems differ?
Our guys' practice team always comes in the day when we're preparing and is like, hey, what do they play like? And their eyes will light up today because it's not a lot of set plays. So Coach Todd won't be yelling at them, to set screens, and because Iowa State's a multiple action team. Once you think you got one thing guarded, he's picking on you on the other side, and he's absolutely setting you up for failure later in the game. Tennessee Tech's going to be more wide open. Our guys' practice team out there right now is going to be excited when they hear that every shot's a good shot and play fast. The prep will be. It has to be. We have to be sharper. We don't have as much time, so it's got to be really, really sharp today. They have to be really good at it, but we got a good guys practice team. They'll light it up today when they hear that. Yeah.
I was going to follow up on that. What do you do or not do with the quick turnaround in practice today and I guess the shoot around tomorrow?
Yeah, very little teaching, a lot of just prep work. We won't be trying to solve the world's problems and input a lot of things today. There'll be no wasted time. We actually will play a game after the game today too, because kids played so many minutes. Our kids that don't play as many minutes and our red shirts and our transfers, we'll play a half or maybe even 3/4 today. So the kids that played 25, 30 minutes won't probably be going full speed more than 45 minutes. So you got to cut back. That means that puts a lot of pressure on us as coaches to make sure what we do go over is the important stuff. But you have to cut back. Legs and recovery, so important in games like this, especially when a team like Tennessee Tech is amped up to play an SEC team. You read their game notes, you look at their social media, SEC's mentioned in there 71 or 72 times, I think. So they're going to be amped up and pumped up, and we've got to match their energy. And if we don't give them the chance to have that energy, that's on us as a coach.
Anything else?
Appreciate y'all coming out.